live from on top of the hill in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. One of the best softball rivalries in the WPIAL 5A come to Graham Sabota Field, and we are here to broadcast it on the Wildcats Network. Folks, thanks for joining us here on the Wildcats Network. Tristan Borland on the Horned Demons, guys, for the rest of the afternoon. The King, Richard Hillwig, on the controls for this afternoon's broadcast. A beautiful, balming day for softball here at Greater Latrobe High School. Again, knock on some wood, but there is little to no wind here this afternoon, although it was blowing quite a bit yesterday in our broadcast of Varsity boys baseball. But now we come here. It is a beautiful 70 degrees outside, barely a cloud in the sky here at Greater Latrobe as we get ready for our St. Vincent College pregame show. See how St. Vincent College prepares students for successful careers and meaningful lives. Check out all the 60 majors programs of study to choose from and see how 100% of freshmen receive scholarship aid, and sign up for a campus tour at www.stvincent.edu. Again, that's www.stvincent.edu. St. Vincent College, together we rise. Lady Wildcats coming to this afternoon's game 8-5 overall, 5-3 in 5A Section 2. Cats were on a hot run, winning 3 straight after the 4-2 loss versus Penn Trafford, who still sits at number 1 in the section, but fell to Franklin Regional at Franklin Regional. They lost that game 6-2, and will now look to win here against Armstrong, a team that the Lady Wildcats already beat 13-11 at Armstrong before they then travel to Warriors country to take on the Penn Trafford Warriors for round 2 of the series. So for Lady Wildcats, again, currently on that tough stretch of games. Again, the top 3 teams, or 3 games in a row, the top 4 teams in the section. Again, Franklin Regional, Armstrong sitting at number 4, and then tomorrow at Penn Trafford, the Lady Wildcats take on the number 1 team in the section. So Lady Wildcats are really going to need to buckle down here. A big win here would give them some momentum heading into Warriors country. And as I always mention on the broadcasts, you don't walk into Warriors country, into Penn Trafford, and expect a gimme. You're going to have a dogfight every single moment of a game, no matter what sport it is, whether it's football, basketball, boys and girls volleyball, softball, baseball. It doesn't matter what it is. You are in for a real battle whenever you head into Warriors country. So Lady Wildcats have already defeated Armstrong at Armstrong earlier in the year, which was a mighty comeback win, 13-11. Enter the third inning down 8-0 when have a big 6 runs scored in the 6th inning, and then would earn 4 runs in the 7th inning to pull off the 13-11 win, upsetting again one of, at least in my experience broadcasting high school sports during my time in college down in Indiana and Armstrong County, and then now my last couple of years here with the Wildcats Network covering all the sports in Westmoreland County. Armstrong Riverhawks have been consistently one of the top teams in 5A, not just in the WPIAL, but in 5A varsity softball. I remember back in the day, this is how old I am, folks. It goes back to, I remember when Cam Sprankle was the starting pitcher for the Armstrong Riverhawks, and again, she was a star. No other way to put it. She just was a star, was the heart and soul of this team. And then Emma Paul as well, and many, many more names coming through this program. And again, it proves why year in and year out, Armstrong has been consistently one of the top teams in Pennsylvania in terms of the 5A varsity softball. But again, after that loss against the Cats, they're experiencing a bit of a down year this year and are looking to rebound here against Latrobe as they want to keep their playoff hopes alive and keep in the race for the top 3 teams in the section. Lady Wildcats to watch this afternoon. If you are the Riverhawks, you got to watch out for the leadoff batter, Ms. Sequeres. 2-5 at the plate versus Armstrong. Had a home run and 2 RBIs, and then contributed 2 runs for the Lady Wildcats in the last matchup against Armstrong. And then at Franklin Regional, Sequeres also contributed a single, which scored an RBI at Franklin Regional. That was yesterday on the road. And so, again, just showing why she is the leadoff batter for Coach Volshevsky and the Lady Wildcats. Another Lady Wildcat to keep your eye out for if you are the Armstrong Riverhawks is Cunningham. 3 of 4 at the plate with 3 runs scored for Lady Wildcats in the 13-11 win over the Armstrong Riverhawks at Armstrong High School. Or I guess it's technically Armstrong Junior Senior High School. They have the junior high and senior high all in the same building. Similar to here at Latrobe, but also a little different. I've been to Armstrong High School, junior senior high school, a couple times. And again, a beautiful example of modern engineering and modern architecture over there at Armstrong Junior Senior High School. Keys to the game for Lady Wildcats. They want to get a win over the ladies in the orange and blue. Will have to be ready for a battle on the hill. Need patience if they want to be successful at the plate. Later in the game, Lady Wildcats were able to land hits because I felt that the pitcher in that game, her name escapes me, but I imagine it will be on the lineup cards because usually in softball they don't really change game to game. That would be Rachel Ban. Again, I'm not sure if that was the pitcher in the last game between these two teams, but Ban will be inside the circle today for the Lady Riverhawks. Late in that game, I felt that the pitcher for the orange and blue got a little winded and was just kind of throwing some pitches up. And it can be tough if you don't have depth behind your pitcher to feel the need to pull her. And the Lady Wildcats were, again, able to score 6 runs in the 6th inning and then would earn 4 runs in the 7th inning to pull off that upset victory against the Armstrong Riverhawks. And I've talked about them quite extensively and have really just gushed about this team coming to Greater Latrobe High School. So we'll get right on over to them, where the Armstrong Riverhawks, 9-5 overall, 5-4 in the section after the 13-11 loss versus the Lady Wildcats. They would have been on an up and down as of late, are the Riverhawks. Again, after Latrobe, they would go 16-1 over Gateway at Gateway High School. They would then lose 8-4 versus Franklin Regional, would then lose 16-4. They would get run ruled by Penn Trafford in round 2 of that series. 17-1 win versus McKeesport, and then a 16-0 win versus Kiski area. So again, Armstrong, to say that they may not be able to run with the top dogs, but they're still one of the most dangerous teams in this section. Again, to run rule 2 teams in a row, McKeesport and Kiski area, 2 teams the Lady Wildcats have already played so far this season, and they did not run rule Kiski or McKeesport in those matchups. So we are expecting the Lady Wildcats to have to really dig deep if they're going to want to overcome the Riverhawks here at Greater Latrobe Senior High School. They really want to keep that winning ways going. Again, for the Riverhawks, again, they have consistently been the top dog in the doghouse, so to speak, in terms of this section. And this is the year that they are feeling the pressure. A lot of teams have a lot of really talented rosters behind them and are competing against Armstrong. But again, I don't care what sport it is. You can never, and I mean never, count out the fine students in orange and blue. I can't stress this enough. If you let your guard down and don't play your very best game against Armstrong, you will feel it on the scoreboard. For the Riverhawks, or for the Lady Wildcats, you got to watch out for Lady Riverhawk. That is Klingensmith. She went 2 for 4 versus Latrobe, and those 2 hits were all home runs, equaling 5 total RBIs off of those home runs was Klingensmith. So for the Lady Wildcats, they're going to have to really kick it into high gear versus the Riverhawks. And for the Riverhawks, the keys to the game for them on our St. Vincent College pregame show will be strong infield play and will win the day for Armstrong. So playing a close infield and watching the runners on the bags is going to allow the Armstrong Riverhawks to earn a victory here this afternoon. We're going to head on out to our commercial break as we wait for the starting lineups in the national anthem. When we come back here on the Wildcats Network, we'll be ready for, again, one of the most storied rivalry in 5A softball coming up next here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick. agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Ray Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin.
From Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100+ programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Are you looking for a fresh start or a career change? Unlock your potential at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in biology, welding, visual arts, or in any of our 100+ programs. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is dedicated to your success. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/fresh start. That's westmoreland.edu/fresh start and begin your ambitious journey today.
Back here on the Wildcats Network as we get ready for our starting lineup of the national anthem. So I'm going to step aside real quick, folks. I'll be right back with you for the top of the first inning here on the Wildcats Network.
Batting third, a junior in left field, #3, Isabel Prazanica. Batting fourth, a junior on third base, #18, Natalie Ziegler. Batting fifth, a freshman playing shortstop, #21, Sydney Krukar. Batting sixth, the senior in center field, #28, Kalish Chakansky. Batting seventh, the senior on first base, #13, Delaney Smith. Batting eighth, the senior pitcher, #23, Rachel Band. Batting ninth, the sophomore in right field, #4, Clara Toy. Your flex player is a junior catcher wearing #10, Marley Smith. The Riverhawks are led by head coach Keith Schaefer and assistants Todd Chrisman, Pete Harmon, Brittany Krukar, and Tim Band. the starting line for your Great Latrobe Wildcats. Leading off a freshman at shortstop wearing number 1, Natalia Zakaris. Batting second, a junior on third base wearing number 14, Maddie Machinsky. Batting third, a senior in the circle doing the pitching, number 4, Maya McHugh. Batting fourth, a junior in left field, number 5, Sarah Blasi. Batting fifth, a junior in right field, number 2, Miley Williams. Batting sixth, a freshman, the designated player, number 12, Marissa Munchinsky. Batting seventh, a junior on first base, number 17, Macy Schultz. Batting eighth, a sophomore at second base, number 7, Juliana Bulabosh. Batting ninth, a junior in center field, number 9, Gabby Cunningham. Your flex player is a sophomore, the catcher, number 21, Maddie Balco. The Wildcats are led by head coach Bob Cabalson and assistant coaches Dana Machinsky and Lester Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able, and gentlemen, remove your caps and direct your attention to the American flag in right field for the playing of our national anthem.
Play ball, as they say, as we get ready for this matchup here on the Wildcats Network, heading into the top of the first inning. Armstrong up to bat here at Graham Sabota Field. And folks, thank you for joining us here on the Wildcats Network. I want to mention a special hello to all our viewers out there in Armstrong. I was talking to Mr. Jason Thomas, the announcer for today's game, and talking to him about how, believe it or not, I don't know what it is, if we have garnered some appreciation from the fine folks over there in Katanning or whatnot, but there are certain broadcasts where we have more people viewing from Armstrong County than we do out here in Latrobe. So again, a thank you and a hello to all of our viewers from Armstrong. So thankful for you to be here with us on the Wildcats Network as we get ready for the top of the first inning here from Graham Sabota Field, and we get started with our first inning sponsor, our local real estate experts here in Latrobe. It's Team Steve Lamani of Realty One Group. Team Steve Lamani at Realty One Group offers unparalleled knowledge of the Westmoreland real estate market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned seller, Team Steve Lamani at Realty One Group is here to guide you every step of the way. Give the team a call at 724-972-1543 or via email at steve@teamlamani.com. Thank you, Team Steve Lamani, for your generous support of the Wildcats Network and for being the sponsor of our first inning here on a, again, beautiful afternoon right now. The weather app on the for folks says it is 72 degrees right now on top of the hill, but I'm telling you folks, down there on top of that of the field, or quote unquote our artificial turf field here at Graham Sabota Field is probably at least 10 to 15 degrees hotter down there. And we get started with Guthrie for her first at-bat appearance on the afternoon. Again, top of the first inning here as both teams get ready for, again, one of the most storied matchups or rivalries here in the WPIAL 5A. These two teams have battled back and forth for the number 1 and number 2 spots in the conference for, again, as long as I can remember. And right now, Lee Wildcats are ready to go here. First pitch from McHugh. Hits the batter in the elbow, and she walks on the first pitch of the afternoon. Interesting there, and so now Guthrie is on base as Klingensmith is now up to bat, who is 2 of 4 in the matchup. Yeah, I agree. You could hear on our crowd mic that the umpire is convening and making sure she was hit on the elbow, and we can attest to that. So runner now on first, and up to bat is Klingensmith, the second baseman for the Riverhawks. McHugh, pitch number 2 of the afternoon. Out and away for ball. So 1-0 now the count with a runner on first for Klingensmith, who had 2 home runs against McHugh when they were at Armstrong Junior-Senior High School. Swing and a miss there as that pitch goes over top of her bat. So now the count is even at 1-1. Let me tell you, getting a home run at Armstrong is not easy. That's a high outfield fence versus what we have here at Greater Latrobe. I mean, that is a high fence. You got to get really underneath that one. In there for strike number 2. So 1-2 now the count. The first at bat for Klingensmith. Runner still hanging out on first. McHugh gets the call. She dishes. Pop on it. It goes back and is foul. Makes its way over to the basketball court behind the Lady Wildcats dugout. So count will stay at 1-2. Klingensmith will keep her first at-bat of the afternoon alive. Runner still on first. McHugh dishes. Now low and in the dirt. And I thought Guthrie was going to try to make a scurry on over to second when the pitch got away from Balco. But she will not. So now the count is even at 2-2. No outs here in the top of the first inning from Graham-Sabota Field. McHugh dishes. Popped on it. And it would have went into the Armstrong dugout if it was not for the chain link fence in front of them. So Klingensmith, talented batter, keeping her at bat alive here. Count stays even at 2-2. Guthrie still on first. Here in the top of the first inning, the pitch from McHugh. Low and in the dirt again. So now a full count here for the first at bat for Klingensmith, the second baseman for Lady Riverhawks. McHugh takes the call from Coach Volshevsky, or from Coach Kowalczyk, as that ball gets away and makes its way out to the fence and gets caught underneath. Could be a triple here. No, it's going to be a stand-up double, though, and bringing in an RBI is Klingensmith. So Klingensmith keeping it going, and just like that, we are down 2 batters, no outs, and just like that, the Riverhawks are up 1-0 over the Lady Wildcats early in this one. And now to bat is Prozenica. Chopped on it, it's a bop, and it gets, no, it's a catch! What a catch! Lady Wildcats! I thought it was going to drop into the shallow outfield. But making the play there is Bullabosh, the second baseman for the Lady Wildcats. And that's one down. And Ziegler is now up as the wind starts to pick up a little bit here on top of the hill. That's the first out. Runner on second, McHugh. Dishes down low for a ball. So 1-0 now the count to Ziegler, the third baseman for the Lady Riverhawks. Klingensmith still on second after the nice stand-up double for her. The pitch, low in the dirt again. And Klingensmith threatening there to make a mad dash, and I wouldn't blame her. This is a nice position to be in. McHugh is down the count now 2-0 with 1 out. McHugh dishes. It gets chopped on, makes it into the outfield. Right fielder makes a catch. No, it's the left fielder who makes the catch on it. What a play by the outfield for Lady Wildcats. In left field, it's Sarah Blossy. And that's 2 down now. And now Sydney Krukar is up to bat. The pitch from McHugh. In there for a ball, so 1-0 now the count. Down 2 outs. Back-to-back for the Riverhawks, and they might leave Klingensmith stranded if Krukar, the shortstop, can make something happen here. Riverhawks up with an early lead, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. So now the count even at 1-1. The pitch from McHugh. Too far inside for a ball. So now 2-1 the count. Still 2 outs now for the Riverhawks. And again, the catch is made by the defense for the Lady Wildcats. Especially from Blossy from her left field position, made her way around and got there. That ball chopped on pop-up. And nice catch by the third baseman for the Lady Wildcats to grab the out there.
In the middle of the first, score is Armstrong 1, Latrobe 0.
And with that, we will be stepping aside here on the Wildcat Network. That was Maddie Machinsky who made the cat from her third base position. Lady Wildcats will get their first at-bat opportunity here as we head into the bottom of the first inning with the Riverhawks up 1-0. We'll be right back here on the Wildcats Network after these short messages.
Hi, I'm Matt Alamo, the new owner of both McDonald's here in Latrobe. We look forward to wowing you as customers and employees, and to join our team, apply at mchire.com or come to either location in person. Go Wildcats!
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
We're back here on the Wildcats Network. Riverhawks up 1-0 after a nice double from Klingensmith. Allowed Guthrie, the designated player, to earn a run. And now Lady Wildcats will get the opportunity here to try to tie it in the bottom of the first inning versus the Riverhawks. Pitching is Rachel Ban for the Lady Riverhawks. I believe that the catcher did not grab her call sheet as she heads back to home plate. And she has it on, and I think we're ready now for the Lady Wildcats. First at bat is Sequeiros, who had a home run when these two teams met last. Swings at that one. It's up high, and it goes back. Again, a high pitch there. Gotta be careful. The Wildcats, again, an article in the Trib earlier this year mentioned that Coach Kovalchik wants his players to swing for the fences a little bit more often. That ball goes back. So now 0-2 is the count against Sequeiros after the 2 foul balls. And because Coach Kovalchik is famous for playing the small ball, slowly inching around the diamond, but now this year he wants to kind of put some power behind those bats. The pitch on the 0-2 gets contact. It's a pop-up, and center field makes the catch. That was Szanski. That's Khalees Szanski who made the catch at center field. So fly out to the center fielder, and now Maddie Machinsky in the 2 spot for the Lady Wildcats. McHugh is on deck, and Blossy is in the hole. Pitch low and inside, so now 1-0 the count with 1 out here. Still in the first inning. It's the bottom of the first inning for this matchup here on top of the hill. 0-1 the count, or 0-1 the score, 1-0 the count. The pitch low and inside again. So 2-0 now the count. And Machinsky, the third baseman who got the out to end the top of the first inning. The pitch high there, and now it's a 3-0 count for Machinsky. So now the 3-0 count. The pitch here from Ban. Chopped on by McHugh. She liked that one, but it goes back for a foul. So 3-1 now the count. From Graham Sabota Field, bottom of the first inning. And again, Machinsky, the second batter in the lineup. And now, of course, this is Maddie Machinsky, as Marissa Machinsky is the designated player in the sixth spot of the batting order. 3-1, one out. Pitch. And Machinsky would take that one on the thigh, and she'll be walked on to first. So here in the bottom, McHugh hit a batter, hit her in the elbow, and that's gonna feel that one. And then Machinsky takes that one the leg, and so now to bat is Maya McHugh. McHugh, the pitcher, has done a great job inside the batter's box so far this season with a runner on first. This pitch in there for a strike. That's strike one of the at-bat for McHugh. And again, Machinsky on first after taking that first pitch into her leg. 0-1 count. Still one out here. This pitch. McHugh gets that one. It goes back to the pitcher, and that will earn a run for Maya McHugh. So a base hit for McHugh, a single in her first at-bat, and she will get a courtesy runner coming out now. And Blasi is up to bat. I believe that is, I can't really see who is running there on first, the courtesy runner for Maya McHugh, and I will get to that in just a minute. So runners on first and second. Swing and a miss there for the first at-bat for Blasi. 0-1 now the count, one out. Riverhawks still up 1-0, but the Cats have a runner in scoring position there on second. And Machinsky is scary, running the diamond. The pitch shows bunt. It was a pop-up, and it goes back to the pitcher. Throw gets back there. When you bunt, you got to get it to get on the ground. So now Miley Williams is up to bat. The left-handed batter for the Lady Wildcats, who is batting with the Lady Wildcats down to their final out here. The pitch. In there for a strike. And Elio one. Chopped on, it goes foul. Apologies for the for all of our listeners wearing headphones. Somebody knocked down our crowd mic out there, but she did set it back up, and I thank her for that. And now 0-2 the count. 2 outs. You're in the bottom of the first inning. Riverhawks still have a 1-run lead here. Band dishes here. That one swung, and it goes back for Miley Williams, a right fielder for the Lady Wildcats. And that one was foul, so her at-bat is still alive. 0-2. Cats down to their final out here with a runner in scoring position. Don't want to leave anybody stranded. Rachel Band dishes on the 0-2. Chopped, it goes back again. And lands right in somebody's lap there. Oh, my goodness. I'll watch out there. And sending somebody out to go get the ball here is the umpire, who gets a ball from Coach Kowalczyk. Nice form, nice throw from the home plate umpire here at Graham Sabota Field. 0-2 the count. Still 2 outs. Still runners on second and first. It might be Drenovich. I think it's Drenovich that's out there courtesy running on first. That ball down and away. Band trying to get Williams to chase it, as Williams has been swinging at almost every pitch that's gone through, which is why she is down the count 1-2. Tough to make contact on that kind of a pitch, so Band now delivers on the 1-2. Up high, swing and a miss, and down goes Williams. And Ban will earn her first strikeout of the afternoon as we head into the top of the second inning. Riverhawks up 1-0 here. Riverhawks up 1-0 here as Mr. Jason Thomas gives out our shout out here on the Wildcats Network. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the top of the second inning coming up next here on the Wildcats Network.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
We're here on the Wildcats Network on top of the hill, top of the second inning. The Wildcats will leave two stranded there in the bottom of the first. So McHugh dishes now, and a swing and a miss here from Szanski, the center fielder for the Lady Riverhawks, to start us out here in the second inning, which is brought to us by our friends over at the Latrobe Bulletin. Another swing and a miss there, so now down 0-2 is Szanski, the center fielder for the Lady Riverhawks. She's up now, and then Delaney Smith is on deck, and Rachel Ban is in the hole in the lineup, and that's a first strikeout of the afternoon for Maya McHugh. So Delaney Smith, the first baseman for the Riverhawks, up to bat now here in the top of the second inning as the Riverhawks lead 1-0. And a big thank you to the Latrobe Bulletin for bringing us our second inning. That pitch chopped, and it goes back. For just 35 cents a day, you can keep up with all of the local news and stories here in both Latrobe and Ligonier and Derry by signing up for the Latrobe Bulletin. Sign up at thelatrobebulletin.com. 0-1. Swing and a miss there from Delaney Smith. So Smith is up right now. Rachel Band is on deck, and Toy, the right fielder for the Riverhawks, in the hole, the ninth batter in the lineup. So the count 0-2, the pitch from McHugh. High and away. Balco had to get Swift to get on that one, so now the count 1-2. I personally am a subscriber to the Latrobe Bulletin to keep up with all the sports in the local area. And a big thank you to the Latrobe Bulletin for bringing us our second inning here. Chopped, it goes back foul again, so Smith will keep her at-bat alive. 1-2 the count. One out right now for the Riverhawks. In the top of the second inning, they still lead by 1. And the pitch. In there, but a little high. So count now 2-2. One out here. And on the 2-2. Chopped, it makes it contact in the outfield. The center fielder is there, though, to make a nice play in the outfield. So Delaney Smith will fly out to the center fielder for the Lady Wildcats. And now Rachel Ban is up to bat for the Lady Riverhawks. The 8th batter in the lineup. That was Blossy in center field who made the play for the Lady Wildcats. No, that was not Blossy. That was Gabby Cunningham in center field who made the catch there. That pitch in there for a strike for Rachel Ban. The 0-1, 2 outs. Chopped, and it goes back, so now count 0-2 as that ball makes its way into the basketball court behind home plate. 0-2, pitch. Swing, and down goes Rachel Ban. That's the second strikeout there for Maya McHugh, as Lee Wildcats now have an opportunity to try to tie the game up here as we head into the bottom of the second inning. From on top of the hill, we're going to send it on over to our sponsors here on the Wildcats Network. We'll be right back with the Lee Wildcats and Schultz up to bat here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
We're back here on the Wildcats Network. My apologies, I said before we went into the commercials that Schultz was at the bat. It's actually Marissa Machinsky, the designated player, up to bat for the Lady Wildcats. Schultz is on deck and Bullabosh is in the hole. The Wildcats still trail by 1 run here in the bottom of the second inning. Van pitches. Slapped, and it goes foul via Marissa Machinsky. Machinsky is batting again, the designated player, in for Balco, the catcher for Lee Wildcats. Interesting. Last year I felt like Balco did pretty well at the plate. So the 0-1 now. Slap by Machinsky makes its way into the right field, and a nice catch there. And down goes Machinsky.
Now batting the first baseman, number 17, Macy Schultz.
So now first baseman Macy Schultz up to bat for the Lady Wildcats. Cats are down 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And the dish here from Ban. Low and inside. And Macy Schultz up to bat. Bullabosh is on deck, and Cunningham, the center fielder for the Lady Wildcats, in the 9 spot in the hole. The pitch here. Slapped on, it goes back. And it will end up in the basketball court behind home plate. So now 1-1 the count. 1 out here. Riverhawks lead by 1 run here as we are sitting in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch here from Ban. Inside for ball 2. So 2-1 the count. And the first at bat by Macy Schultz, the first baseman for Lady Wildcats. The dish here. Tipped a little bit. So it is foul, so 2-2 the count. One out here. Ben already has 1K on the board. Can she get number 2 here? Her pitch. Low and inside, so now the count is full. Three-two. The payoff pitch now to come from Ban for this at-bat. She delivers. Foul once again off the bat, off the helmet of the catcher. So the at-bat will stay alive for Schultz. Payoff pitch. Let's try that again. Rachel Ban, who already has 1 strikeout. Can she get number 2? That one slapped on, foul again, goes off the knee of the catcher. And the at-bat here for Schultz stays alive. And Schultz trying to bring that pitch count from Ban higher and higher. And Ban delivers. Swing, and down goes Schultz. Strikeout number 2 for Ban on the afternoon. Schultz goes down swinging, and now Bullabosh is up to bat for the Lady Wildcats. She had a nice play in the first inning for Lady Wildcats from her second baseman position. And now Lady Wildcats really need her to get on base. They're down to the last out here in the bottom of the second inning, and getting low to get underneath that one is Bullabosh. If Bullabosh and Cunningham can get on base, that would be nice as we head back to the top of the batting order for Sequeires, who could do some real damage. 0-1 the count. The dish from Van. High. So now the count even at 1-1. Again, I can't stress this enough. A beautiful afternoon for high school softball. As the count is 1-1. The dish. Slapped and it goes right back. And I was mentioning that, 72 degrees, a slight breeze here on the hill, but a slight breeze is better than nothing. Here at Graham-Sabota Field. So 1-2 the count after that ball went back foul. 2 outs. Oh, the Riverhawks up by 1. Swing and a miss there, and down goes Bullabosh. She goes down swinging. That's the third strikeout for Ban here as we head into the top of the third inning with the Lady Wildcats still trailing by 1 run here as the black and orange take the diamond. We're going to head on over to our sponsors here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, Toy, the right fielder for the Riverhawks, will be up for her first at bat here as we head to the top of the third inning. Riverhawks lead 1-0 here on the Wildcats Network.
Change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100+ programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
We're back here on the Wildcats. Now we're Lady Wildcats still trail by 1 run here. In the top of the third inning, up to bat is Clarissa Toy. That's Clara Toy, my apologies. The pitch. Swing and miss there for the first at-bat for Toy on the afternoon. McHugh already with 2 strikeouts on the afternoon, but she trails Ban, who ended the last inning on a strikeout from Bullabosh, who now has 3 on the afternoon. The 0-1 now. Slapped, it's foul, and the catcher gets there! Fly out there. For the Lady Wildcats to get there. And there behind the plate, that was Balco. My apologies. I wanted to say Bullabosh, but I knew that wasn't right. So a fly out there to the catcher. Heads up play there by Balco. The pitch. Low and inside for Guthrie as we're now back to the top of the batting order. She started out this game by taking the first pitch on her left elbow. It's now 1-0. McHugh dishes. Up high, that's a ball again. So 2-0 the count. Guthrie, the designated player, in for Marley Smith, the catcher for the Riverhawks. Again, she was the run that was earned on the double by Klingensmith, who's up next. That ball makes into the outfield and dropped! Dropped in the outfield. But because it dropped in foul territory, Guthrie will go back to the plate with the count at 2-1. So again, count 2-1. 1 out down after the play by Balco behind the plate. The pitch. Slapped and it's foul again. So 2-2 now the count. As the wind makes its presence felt here on top of the hill. The pitch here. Low, and so now you can call that count a clown car because it is full here in the at-bat for Guthrie. So the payoff pitch now to come from Maya McHugh. She dishes. Slapped and makes its way for the shortstop. It bounces in front of her, and she can't make the throw. So a base hit there from Guthrie here. And now an interesting setup here. We saw this before in the last at-bat from Klingensmith, where she hit a nice double that drove in a run from Guthrie. It was a shot that bounced into the outfield and then rolled its way behind or underneath the fence link, but it did not roll through. It stopped, thus nullifying a ground rule double. McHugh dishes. In there for a strike. And Balco got up quick, threatening to throw back to first because they think that Guthrie will try to steal second, but somebody should have told second and shortstop about that. 0-1 now the count. The pitch. Down low for a ball. So count now even at 1-1 with one out. Riverhawks still lead by 1 run here in the top of the 3rd inning. And Klingensmith, the second baseman, had the first hit of the afternoon. That's one of 2 hits. That ball slapped, goes over to second. The throw on a second. So another base hit for Klingensmith, but that gets the out on second from Guthrie. So now Isabel Presenica is up to bat with a runner on first. As the pop there from Klingensmith got Guthrie out. She tried to advance. The Riverhawks are down to their last out here in the top of the 3rd inning. The pitch. Slapped. Wow, makes it into the outfield. It bounces more and more. It makes it out to the fence. They're running through. I think that Klingensmith is going to get sent home. And the catch and the tag, and she's safe. Nice running there from Klingensmith. And that will score the second run of the afternoon. And Presenica will get a double out of that hit there for a second up bat. Ziegler now up. The Lady Wildcats dugout thought that Balco made the tag on the top of the head of Klingensmith. The pitch here. It's a nice pop-up, and the second baseman will get there to retire the side. So Riverhawks put one more run up on the board, now up 2-0 here as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Lady Wildcats will hopefully get a run on the board. Cunningham up to bat next here on the Wildcats Network. But before that, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors coming up next.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
We're back here on the Wildcats Network, and up to bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning is Cunningham as the Lady Wildcats trail 2-0 over the Riverhawks here again in the 3rd inning. Cunningham showing bunt, pulls back, shows it again, and tries to run, but does not make contact, so that is a strike there on Cunningham. Let's see if she shows bunt for a second time. A reminder, our 3rd inning is brought to us by our Wildcats Network emailing list. Swing and a miss there, so now down 0-2 is Cunningham as Ban already has 3 Ks collected so far, would like to make it a 4th. That'd be a nice pace to be on in the 3rd inning with 4 Ks. Again, that's a nice number right there. Ban dishes. Slapped and he goes back by Cunningham. Sign up for the Wildcats Network emailing list at thewildcatsnet.com, our personal website. You'll get an email sent to your personal inbox with all the links that you need of the upcoming week's schedule. Again, sign up on the wildcatsnet.com. 0-2 the count, that is from Ban. High up there, nice eye by Cunningham. Cunningham, the number 9 batter in the lineup, so after her, we'll head back up to Sequeires at the top of the batting order. The count now 1-2. The pitcher from Ban. Popped, and it will stay fair, but it will roll foul. I saw it bounce on the infield. I thought it was going to stay fair, but it rolled out. And so Cunningham with the count 1-2, as that ball did not stay fair for very long. So Ban here in the bottom of the third inning, the 1-2. High up there on the left-handed batter, so now the count even at 2-2. Cunningham again, the first batter here. The bottom of the third inning, the pitch. Swing, and down goes Cunningham. Again, make that 4 Ks for Ban on the afternoon. So that is the 4th Lady Wildcat to go down swinging. So now Natalie Sequeires is up to bat. No gloves because she's tough out there. Cats are down 1 out. Sequeires takes this one, shows bunt, and does not get it. So strike called there on the missed bunt. 0-1 the count. Here in the bottom of the third inning. And the pitch. Slaps it as Sequeires. It's going to be shallow in the outfield. Needing to get there, and a nice play at center field for the Armstrong Riverhawks. That was Szanski. So now for Lady Wildcats, it's Maddie Machinsky, who was walked in her first at-bat, being hit in the left leg by a wild pitch from Ban. That one low and inside. So 1-0 now the count. And Lee Wildcats are down to their final out here in the bottom of the third inning. Down 2 runs to the Riverhawks, who need this win to keep pace in the section. Up high. Now 2-0. A lot of blue and orange here at Graham Sabota Field. The Riverhawks traveling well. Fine folks from Catania making their presence felt here. The 2-0. Slapped it, went right back and hit the catcher in the chest. So now they count 2-1. There are some Latrobe fans here, but again, the amount of Armstrong fans here this afternoon, it's wonderful to see. Most people don't make that trip. The 2-1. High, and it gets away from the catcher there. So now 3-1 the count. Again, most people don't make that drive up 28 to, or I guess for them it would be down 28 to come on over to Greater Latrobe, especially because most people have to cut through Pittsburgh. And that ball slapped and pops downward. It's another foul ball there. The bus making its way here for the Lady Wildcats lacrosse team. So now the count is full. 3-2 the count, 2 outs. Cats down 2. Machinsky waiting for the pitch from Ban. Ban on the payoff. It's slapped on over to the third, throw on a first, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down for Lee Wildcats, and Armstrong will still hold on to that 2-run lead as we head into the top of the 4th inning. Crew car up to bat next here on the Wildcats Network. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
We're back here on the Wildcats Network. Tristan Borland on the horns of these guys for the rest of the afternoon. The King, Richard Hillwig, at the controls. As we head into the top of the fourth inning, Lee Wildcats still trail by 2 runs here. As Krukar is up to bat, she's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. She had a fly out to the third baseman, Machinsky. And her at bat in the top of the first inning. The pitch here, low and inside. Here in the fourth inning, which is brought to us by our friends over at Bardini's Country Smokehouse. I'll do Gary's read in just a minute. The 1-0. Inside for ball 2. Located in Crabtree, Bardini's Country Smokehouse is your spot for all of your meat needs. Check out all that Gary has to offer at bardinismeats.com. Again, it's bardinismeats.com. And thank you, Gary, for being our longest-standing sponsor here on the Wildcats Network. And now that's ball 3 in there. Krukar hanging in tight. Again, the 3-0 count. McHugh dishes. In there for strike 1 of the at-bat. And the Lee Wildcats came away, stole one at Armstrong and need to get one here to keep in the race. The 3-1 count. Hopped up. And making the play there is Machinsky. So that will sit down Krukar here in the fourth inning. And now Jakanski is up to bat for the Riverhawks. We're now down 1 out, but they're still up by 2 runs here in the fourth inning. Maya McHugh struck out Jakanski last time, and a swing and a miss there for strike 1. So 0-1 now the count, 1 out right now. The pitch. Szanski hits that one. It's a pop-up. Machinsky getting there, and she loses it, but it is foul. So 0-2 now the count. And Machinsky was almost there. So, and again, a reminder, Szanski struck out swinging in her last at-bat in the second inning. Can McHugh earn strikeout number 3 on the afternoon? Her dish. Makes contact on it, but it is way out of bounds as it lands on the hillside here at Greer Latrobe. For those who know what I'm speaking of. So the at-bat's still alive for Szanski. 0-2. McHugh dishes. Low and in there for ball 1 of the at-bat. Szanski up bat right now. Delaney Smith is on the deck, and Rachel Ban in the hole for the Riverhawks in the batting lineup. 1-2. Dug down D. Second baseman has to make the quick throw, and she's safe. Szanski had to hustle there, or the slow roller making its way on over to the second baseman. For a base hit for Szanski, her first of the afternoon, and now Delaney Smith, the first baseman, up to bat for the Riverhawks. Riverhawks are only down 1 out here in the fourth inning. McHugh. Contact made, but it's a line drive on over into the dugout of the Riverhawks. So 0-1 on the foul. In the last inning, the Riverhawks earned a run but left a runner stranded on second, which was Brzezinka. Laney Smith with a runner on first. The pitch here from McHugh. Contact made, but it's foul. So now the count 0-2 with one out. The Riverhawks still with a 2-run lead here. 2-0 in the top of the fourth inning. McHugh gets the call from Coach Kovalchik. This is that one. It's away. So 1-2. Nothing wrong with that when you're up 2-0 in the or when you're up 0-2 in the count. Nothing wrong with the pitcher trying to get somebody to chase something outside the zone. It's all at the plate discipline on whether or not that's going to work. So the count now 1-2 after that pitch is away. Contact made, straight to second. Throw on a second, and she drops it. So that's an on-base hit for the Riverhawks.
Now batting number 23, Rachel Van.
Shazansky is advanced on a second as the throw is bobbled. And now to bat with runners on first and second is Rachel Ban, who was struck out swinging in her last at bat. Riverhawks still have 2 outs to play with here in the top of the fourth inning. The pitch down low for a ball. So again, 1-0 here. Pitch. Contact made, and it goes up and back. So with that ball going back and foul, 1-1 the count. Still one out. The dish from McHugh. Contact made. It's a pop-up into right field. The catch is made. Second base advancing on a third. And that will be a sacrifice fly from Ban. But that will advance Shazansky on to third. So now runners on the corners for Lady Riverhawks. 2 outs. So now Clara Toy at the bat with runners on the corners. Riverhawks still with a 2-run lead here. The pitch in there for a strike. And Toy's last at bat, she was a fly out to Balco, who made an insane play behind the plate to make a catch on a pop-up fly. I mean, it literally was, it popped up maybe 2 or 3 feet in the air. From 2 or 3 feet from the ground in the air, and Balco threw the helmet off, spun around, and made the catch on that play. So 1-1 now the count. Ooh, and that had to have hurt. A fastball right in the middle of the back, and Toy advances and takes first.
Riverhawks are back to the top of the order. Designated player number 8, Lily Guthrie.
And so now the bases are loaded for the Riverhawks, who are now down to their last out. And Guthrie is up to bat. She was walked in her first at-bat and had a base hit in the third. So she is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. But the bases are loaded here. And the Riverhawks extend their lead. That one up high and away. Balco had to get up, make that catch. Anything outside, anything away from her could score a run from third. 1-0 the count. McHugh dishes. Contact made, but it goes back, so the count even at 1-1. Here in the top of the fourth inning, and again, a tip of the hat. A lot of respect to Clara Toy, who, again, took that pitch right in the middle of the back, and you heard the thud thunder through her body inside the batter's box. Even count. Swing and a miss there from Guthrie. So now 1-2 the count. McHugh with 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. Can she make it 3. The pitch here from McHugh. Contact me, reaches and extends for it, and tag on first to sit the Riverhawks down. And just like that, Riverhawks are done at bat, and the Lady Wildcats are now up, still trail by 2 runs here as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be right back after these short messages here on the Wildcats Network.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
Hi, I'm Matt Alamo, the new owner of both McDonald's here in Latrobe. We look forward to wowing you as customers and employees, and to join our team, apply at mchire.com or come to either location in person. Go Wildcats!
We're back here on the Wildcats Network, bottom of the 4th inning. Lady Wildcats still trail by 2 here as Maya McHugh is up to bat. She has the only base hit for the Lady Wildcats on the afternoon, and this would be a great way to get the bottom of the 4th inning started. McHugh can get on base again. Rachel Ban has done a good job holding the Lady Wildcats at bay, only allowing 1 hit and only walked 1 batter so far, as that pitch is in there for a ball. A reminder, our 4th inning is brought to us by our friends over at Bardini's Country Smokehouse, the longest running sponsor here on the Wildcats Network. 1-0 the count. And it's away from McHugh, so 2-0 now the count. And McHugh 1 for 1 so far this afternoon. Had a base hit in the 1st inning, but was left stranded on first base, and away again is Ban, trying to find the strike zone. McHugh looking for something here. 3-0 is the count. The pitch now is in there for a strike, so 3-1 now the count. Up in the count, nothing wrong with letting that ball go by for Maya McHugh, wanting to see where the strike zone is in the umpire's eyes. Now she sees it. 3-1, dish from Ban. Contact Ban, he goes straight back, so now that count is full. Again, 3-2 for McHugh in her second at-bat of the afternoon. Again, the offense for the Lady Wildcats has been ice cold here on this hot spring day. The dish from Ban. And it gets by and rung her up there. So down goes McHugh, and that's strikeout number 5 for Rachel Ban. And now Sarah Blasi is at the bat. She flew out to the pitcher in her last at-bat. Contact, and it goes back. So 1 now the count. In the last base hit for Lady Wildcats was back in the bottom of the 1st inning, and now in inning 4. So Rachel Ban has had a nice afternoon. Again, the numbers for her: 1 hit, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts after striking out Maya McHugh just now. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Contact made, it's a line drive. Look out, Gus. So now 1-2 the count for Blasi. Williams is on deck, and Marissa Machinsky is in the hole in the batting lineup, the 4-5-6. In there for a ball inside. So now the count even at 2-2. Again, 2-2. Pitch from Ban. Contact made, nice into the shallow outfield, and that'll be a base hit. for Sarah Blasi. So now Miley Williams with a runner on first base. 1 out on the board. Miley Williams. Rachel Ban on the dish. Slight contact made. Runner going, slides in, and they tag her, and she's out. So Blasi attempted to steal. And a strike called there on the pitch. Frustrating for the Lady Wildcats so far this afternoon. The pitch here from Ban. In there for a ball, so count even at 1-1. Again, the offense for the Lady Wildcats has been having a hard time finding its traction. I'm hoping Lady Wildcats aren't going to need another big sixth inning to win here. That pitch down low in the dirt, so now the count 2-1. And again, Lady Wildcats are down to their last out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ban dishes here. Contact me. It's nice pop up and dropping down in there into the outfield and running on a second slide and safe is Miley Williams with a sliding double. And now up to bat is Marissa Machinsky with a runner in scoring position. Miscommunication there on the left side of the field. The pitch. Contact made. It's a pop-up straight in the air. And almost getting it there was Marley Smith. Almost being able to make a catch on that one as it bounced off the cage for the Cats dugout. So 0-1 on the foul pop-up. Cats still down to their final out. Still down by 2 runs here. The bottom of the 4th inning. Showing bunt. Is Wachinski the pitch? Contact made. It's a roller over to second. Throw on to first to retire the side. Cats will leave another runner stranded as we head into the top of the 5th inning, and Armstrong is looking to extend their lead here as they lead by 2 runs as we head into the top of the 5th inning here on the Wildcats Network after these short messages.
Welcome to Ligonier Valley Learning Center Incorporated, where little hands do big things. For 38 years, Latrobe Kinderschool has provided a continuum of quality services which promotes the emotional, behavioral, educational, and physical development of children. We've used a research-based curriculum that will help your child grow academically and socially. Guidance from our expert teachers, combined with our state-of-the-art play areas, will build your child's brains and bodies. Latrobe Kinderschool provides high-quality pre-K education for 3- and 4-year-old children at no cost to qualifying families through the pre-K counts. Our enrollment is always open. Visit our website, LigonierValleyLearningCenter.com, to apply today.
Back here at Graham-Sabota Field, leading off for the Riverhawks. The top of the 5th inning is Jordan Klingensmith for the Riverhawks, who is 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Had a double in the first and had a base hit in the third and scored a run after the double by Presenica. That is why the Riverhawks are up 2-0 over the Lady Wildcats. A pitch for McHugh. Contact made by Klingensmith, and it goes directly back, so foul there. Our 5th inning is brought to us by our friends at Alamo Restaurant Group. Fill your day at Alamo Restaurant Group's McDonald's, located in Latrobe on Lincoln Avenue and inside the Mount Laurel Plaza on Route 30. And the pitch here. In there for a strike, so count now 0-2. And a side note, I recently noticed that Alamo Restaurant Group has expanded as well, and they have a McDonald's in Murraysville for all of our Armstrong fans that are going to be making the trip back, who will be taking 22. The pitch here on the 0-2 is a ball there. Nothing wrong with trying to get Klingensmith to chase something, as Klingensmith is hot at the plate. So McHugh trying to see if she can get her to chase something, anything at all here at Graham Sabota Field. We'll be back at Graham Sabota Field for our next broadcast here on the Wildcats Network. That will be on Tuesday when we just can't get enough of the blue and orange as the baseball teams will clash. Swing and a miss there. Now goes Clayton Smith. And that's strikeout number 3 on the afternoon for Maya McHugh. Brzezinski now up to bat. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Had a fly out to the second baseman in her first at bat and then had a nice double in the 3rd inning, which scored a run. The River Hawks playing them up 2-0. Pitch in there for strike 1 of the at-bat. Again, a big thank you to Alamo Restaurant Group for joining us here on the Wildcats, and where they hopped on during the winter. They sponsor our game day posts. And again, our 5th period, or our 5th inning here. Sponsor our 3rd period for our hockey broadcast. That one slapped on, makes its way on the second. Throw needs to be made, and it's a nice play there, and they get her out. And so now, 2 up and 2 down. Riverhawks are down to their final out here with Ziegler, the 3rd baseman, coming up to bat for the Riverhawks. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Flew out in the 1st and in the 3rd. The pitch here. In the air for strike 1. So 0-1 now the count. Again, Riverhawks down to their last out. But again, in that 5th inning stretch, pitch is a ball. Again, here in the 5th inning stretch, only a few more outs. What the Lady Wildcats have to work with to put at least 2 runs on the board. Obviously, they want 3 or more, but they need at least 2 to not split the series with the Riverhawks. That one chopped at it, goes back, foul. Look out, Gus. So 1-2 the count. For Maya McHugh, would love to get strikeout number 4. She dishes. Low and inside. So the deuces are in fact wild here in the top of the 5th inning. 2-2 with 2 outs. 2 runs on the board for the Riverhawks. And Ziegler, who is 0-2 on the afternoon. How about that? That pitch. It's a slap. It makes it through the gap over top of the second base, and that's going to be a base hit for Ziegler. Was now 1 for 3 on the afternoon. And now Sydney Krukar up to bat, who is also 0 for 2 on the afternoon. She has 2 flyouts, all of them to the 3rd baseman Machinsky. And her last 2 at bats. Runner on first. The pitch. Nice contact made there as it's going. It's going. It's not gone. It hits off the cage, though. And this could be a triple. Throw needs to come in. And that's an run scored by the Riverhawks. Krukar snaps the cold streak as she scores an RBI with a triple. I thought that was going to be gone. Nice contact made. And still holding on with 2 outs. Szczanski is up now. 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a runner on 3rd. Check swing. Nice play there for a 1-0 count. I want to say I remember Clinton Smith's name as I roll back through the Rolodex of all the Riverhawks that I've whose names I've announced during broadcasts. Down low. A tip foul called, so now the count even at 1-1. And again, I think Clinton Smith is one of them. I could be wrong. And the pitch here from McHugh. Contact made, but it goes back. 1-2 now the count. And again, a big thank you to our friends over at the Alamo Restaurant Group for joining us as a sponsor. It's never too late to get into the Wildcats Network to become a sponsor. No matter what you're looking for, we have a package for you and your business. And down goes Jazansky. So Riverhawks will score on, but one is left stranded as Maya McHugh picks up her 4th strikeout on the afternoon. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning where the Lady Wildcats now trail by 3 runs here. They're going to need to start getting the bats going here on the Wildcats, and we'll be right back after these short messages.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
Back here on top of the hill at Grand Sabota Field, Lady Wildcats trail 3-0 here. And the bottom of the 5th inning, up to bat for Lady Wildcats is Schultz, who is 0 for 1 in the afternoon. She struck out swinging in the 2nd. Shows bunt, drops it there, needs to get on her horse to beat it, and she does not. So down goes Schultz on the bunt.
Now batting number 7, Juliana Volbosh.
And just like that, the Cats are down 1 out. And again, in the 5th inning stretch, Lady Wildcats do not have many more outs to play with, as they need to put at least 3 runs on the board against the Riverhawks. Volbosh now up to bat. She struck out swinging her last at-bat. Contact made, and it's a pop-up. It will drop foul. Nice attempt by Morley Smith, the catcher, trying to make a play on that foul ball that popped up. And Volbosh, who again struck out swinging her last at-bat in the 2nd inning. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss there for Volbosh. Now looking at an 0-2. So Volbosh is up to bat. Cunningham is on deck, and after her, in the 9th spot, we'll head back to the top of the batting order with Sequeires. High and away. Nothing wrong with that. So 1-2 now the count. Ban, again, I mentioned, has a nice afternoon so far for herself. 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Now 1-2. Down low, swing and a miss. Make that 6 for Rachel Ban as Volbosh goes down swinging.
Now batting for the Wildcats, the center fielder, number 9, Gabby Cunningham.
And now the Lady Wildcats playing with her final out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Gabby Cunningham, who struck out swinging in her last at-bat in the 3rd inning, showing bunt. Pulls back. No, she lays down a bunt. It goes right down to Ban, and that will retire the side. 3 up and 3 down for Lady Wildcats as we head to the top of the 6th inning. And now the Riverhawks look to extend their lead to not allow a comeback win, as happened at Armstrong a few weeks ago. And so just like that, we'll head into the top of the 6th inning here on the Wildcats Network. We're going to take a quick break here to hear from a couple of our sponsors. When we come back, we will have Armstrong up to bat next here on the Wildcats Network.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, top of the 6th inning lead. Wildcats trail 3-0 to the Riverhawks As Delaney Smith is up to bat, and a big thank you to our 6th inning sponsor. We just spoke to him before the start of the game. That's Mr. R. Phillips and R. Phillips Production. Check out all of the game day photos, the professional game day photos that photographer and Greater Latrobe alumni Robbie Smith produces. Check out his social media on Facebook and Instagram to get the link to his website and purchase your very own photo of Greater Latrobe sports. Robbie was at lacrosse last night for the boys varsity lacrosse team in their loss to Penn Trafford. 0-1 the count, the pitch. Contact made, straight to the first baseman, gets in front of it, steps on the bag. Down goes Delaney Smith. As Rachel Ban is now to bat. A big thank you to R. Phillips Productions for sponsoring the Wildcats network. Robbie's been running around like crazy trying to keep up with the activities that all the teams here at Greater Latrobe are up to. Now Rachel Ban is at the bat. She's 0 for 2 on the afternoon, McHugh. That one tipped and goes foul. So 0-1 the count. And Rachel Ban, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. A pitch. In there for strike number 2. I saw a check swing from Ban, but the umpire said she still got it in there. So 0-2. The pitch. Contact made, got underneath it, and it will be shallow, and it will be dropping in, and a base hit for Rachel Ban. That's base hit number 9 given up from Maya McHugh. And a courtesy runner coming in for the pitcher. That is number 27 for the Riverhawks. That's Jay-Z Smith. And now Clara Toy up to bat, the 9th batter in the batting order. She is 0 for 2 on the afternoon, had a fly out to the catcher. Her first at-bat, swing and miss there. And it was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Again, that was the pitch that hit her right in the middle of the back. I mean, that hurt me, and I didn't even get hit. My back is still sore from hearing that one. Runner on first, the pitch. Contact made, but it's foul. So the count now 0-2. The Lady Wildcats able to earn 1 out. So again, 0-2. 1 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And down goes Toy. Goes down swinging. That's strikeout number 9 for Maya McHugh so far this afternoon. Trying to keep pace with Ban, who has 6. And a substitution being made by the Riverhawks. I believe that's Ellen Crispin coming in for the designated player at the top of the batting order. Yep, word just needs to be spoken to the umpire about the change. Make my own edits on my scorecard. Lady Wildcats have taken down 2 Riverhawks for 2 outs. But now they need to get 1 more to head into the bottom of the 6th inning. In there for strike 1. So 1 now the count. 2 outs. Runner on first. Pitch. Away. as Balco threatens for the runner to get back on. And again, that's Jay-Z Smith on first, the courtesy runner for Ban, who got a nice base hit with a shallow hit into the outfield. The pitch. Nice hit there. It's straight up in the air, though. Can the Cats get underneath it? And they do. No, it's a drop. It's a drop in the outfield. The throw on a third, a tag. And they get around on third. Even though the ball was dropped in the outfield on the fly out, the Lady Wildcats get one there on third. And the Armstrong coach not pumped about that call. It was close, I'll say that. We have a nice vantage point up here on the hill, and it was close. But the Cats will get the tag there to retire the Riverhawks and get an opportunity to try to tie up this game here as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, Lady Wildcats will be up to bat here on the Wildcats Network.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
We're back here on the Wildcats Network. Thank you to Alex Tash and Gabby Bardini of Bardini's Country Smokehouse. Folks, I just want to let you know, that's Richard's favorite commercial here on the Wildcats Network. He's saying it loud and clear. That's his favorite commercial. And I think it's just because Alex is in it. That's my opinion, but I don't want to put words into Richard's mouth. As we now get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning, Lady Wildcats are now down to 6 outs left in this game. They can't tie it up here. The pitch in there for a strike one. As Sequeires, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon, they need her to get hot. And she's 0 for 2 at the plate so far this afternoon and might not get another chance at it. She makes contact there. It's up, but it's not going to go far. Catch made in the outfield. So through 3 at-bats, Sequeires is 0 for 3, and all 3 going straight to the center fielder. So now Maddie Machinsky, the third baseman for the Lady Wildcats, is up. She's 0 for 2 on the afternoon, was walked in her first at-bat, and had a ground out to the third baseman. And her second contact made there, straight to the third baseman. Throw on a first to retire. So 2 up, 2 down for Lady Wildcats, and just like that, Maya McHugh is up to bat. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, McHugh is 1 for 2, had a base hit in her first at-bat appearance, but was struck out swinging in the 4th. Contact, and it goes back. The Wildcats are down to their final 4 outs. 1 left in this inning, and then 3 in the bottom of the 7th that they can't get something going here. The pitch. Contact made by McHugh. It goes straight up. It could be foul. And a catch, or the no catch is made. But it was foul, so 0-2 is the count. Two outs. Riverhawks up 3-0 over Lady Wildcats here. A reminder, our next broadcast here on the Wildcats Network will be at Graham Sabota Field, 7 o'clock, as the Varsity boys baseball team welcome the Armstrong Riverhawks boys baseball team for a great matchup. Join Chris Beddick, myself, and I believe King Richard is on the schedule for that game, but if he's not, I don't know if Chris will show up, so need to make sure that that happens. 1-2. The pitch here from Ban. Low and in the dirt, so the deuces are wild here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2 with 2 outs. Ban on the 2-2, 2 outs. Her pitch McHugh makes contact on it. It's foul, though. It's cutting, and it's coming down and dropped, but it is called fair. So a base hit there from McHugh. And now Sarah Blossy is up to bat. And a courtesy runner comes in for McHugh. That's Drenovich, I believe, who is on first base now. Still 2 outs on the board for Blossy. That one goes low. Running now is Drenovich, slides in, and she is safe on second. Drenovich, a very aggressive base runner. It's got her into trouble before, but she now stands in scoring position for Lady Wildcats. And gets the first stolen base on the afternoon for the Lady Wildcats. Blossy, a 1-0. Swing and a miss there. Count even at 1-1. Blossy is 1 for 2 on the afternoon, but was caught stealing in the 4th inning when she got that base hit. And with a runner now on second, the count even at 1-1. Cats down to the last out of the inning. Swing and a miss there for Blossy. I was right. That is Sophia Drenovich on second base, the substitute runner for McHugh. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. The pitch here from Ban. Low and inside. So now the count even. The deuces are wild. 2-2 with 2 outs. 3 runs for the Hawks on the board. Runner on second in scoring position. The pitch here from Ban. Blossy goes down swinging. And a runner is stranded as we head into the top of the 7th inning. Lady Wildcats need to get 3 up and 3 down. They need to do a straight sweep of the outs if they want to have an opportunity to come back in this one as we head into the top of the 7th inning. We're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, Riverhawks at the bat here on the Wildcats Network.
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
We're back here on the Wildcats. Now we're top of the 7th inning. Riverhawks lead 3-0 over your Lady Wildcats. A reminder, our schedule coming up. On the 28th, we have the boys in blue and orange, the varsity baseball team from Armstrong, to play the Cats here at Graham Sabota Field on the 28th. And then on May 1st, we have the high school spring band concert here on the Wildcats Network. That's right, we're not just fans of the athletes. We're fans of the arts here as well on the Wildcats Network. Well-rounded is what they would call it in college. Riverhawks, the pitch. Contact made. It's a shallow ball into the outfield. And a nice sliding catch made in the outfield by the Cats. What a wild play in the outfield.
Now batting number 3, Isabel Przanica.
That was Cunningham making the catch at center field. And now Przanica is up to bat. The pitch, high and away, is McHugh. Przanica on the afternoon is 1 of 3. Flew out in the first. Had a double that earned an RBI. That pitch in there for a strike, and then had a ground out the second baseman in her last at-bat. So again, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. And watch that one go by. And now looking at an even count at 1-1 with 1 out. Again, her double in the third brought in a run, which gave the Armstrong Riverhawks the 2-0 lead. Back in the third inning. That ball went back foul, so 1-2 the count, 1 out. Riverhawks still lead by 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. Lady Wildcats can earn 2 more outs, not allow another run. They could come back in the bottom of the 7th, but it would be tough. That ball slapped, and that will sit down another Hawk. So 2 up, 2 down. And now Ziegler is up to bat for the Riverhawks. Ziegler 1 for 3 on the afternoon, flew out in the first and third, and then had a base hit in her last at bat, and she would score a run for the Hawks. That made contact into the outfield. Cunningham makes the catch to retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down, just like the doctor ordered for the Lady Wildcats, who are now have 3 outs to play with, as they need to score 3 runs here if they do not want to split the series against the Riverhawks. So that will do it for me here in the top of the 7th inning. We're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have the bottom of the 7th inning for the Lady Wildcats here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
We're back here on the Wildcats Network, and this is it, folks. Lady Wildcats are down to their last 3 outs of the afternoon. They can't put 3 runs on the board. Up to bat is Miley Williams for the Lady Wildcats. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. The pitch here from Ban. In there for a strike. So 1-0 now the count. And the pitch. Up high again, so 2-0 now the count. So Miley Williams again struck out swinging in the first. And then in her last at-bat, she had a nice double there, but was left stranded. Or no, she had a double. Was left stranded there by the Lady Wildcats in her last at-bat. That pitch up high and gets away from the catcher. Oh, it's a strike. I thought that was a little high for a strike. Maybe it just got away from the catcher a little bit there. So 2-1 the count for Williams in her third at-bat on the afternoon. And the pitch from Ban. Down low and away. So 3-1, and you saw the body language from Ban. She wanted that pitch back. She knew that should have been a strikeout. She has 6 so far this afternoon. And Ban delivers. In there for strike 2. So now a full count for Miley Williams. She's going to want to swing at anything. And again, 3-2 the count. The payoff pitch to come from Ban. Contact made. It's a bouncer right over to third. Throw on a first. And it gets there to sit down Miley Williams. So now up to bat is Marissa Machinsky, the designated player for Madison Balco. She's 0 for 2 on the afternoon, had a fly out to right field and then grounded out to the second baseman in her last 2 at-bats. Cats now down to 2 outs in the game. High and away. Again, the Lady Wildcats need to score at least 3 runs if they don't want to split the series with the Riverhawks and again go into Warriors country Possible loss on the board. The pitch on the 1-0. The slapped on and it goes. The batting cage, look out, ladies. So that foul counts even at 1-1. 1 out. Riverhawks still up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. At Graham Sabota Field, and again, I just can't see this enough. What a beautiful day it is for a nice game of softball. A little hot down the field, though, I'll say that much. Contact made, and it goes back. So 1-2. The count. Hear from our crowd mic that there is a Lady Riverhawk warming up for pitching. Could come in pinch there. 1-2. Low and in there for Marissa Machinsky. So count even at 2-2. Machinsky squaring up. Good bunt here. The pitch. High, and now an even count for Marissa Machinsky. Ban has only walked one player this afternoon. Full count. Contact made. It's into the outfield, and a catch made by the left fielder. And just like that, Lady Wildcats are down to their very last out.
Number 17, Macy Schultz.
So now Macy Schultz is up to bat. As Lee Wildcats are down to their final out. Schultz on the day is 0 for 2. Struck out in the second and had a ground out to the third baseman on the afternoon. That pitch in the dirt. So 1-0 the count. Pitcher. Contact made as a pop-up, and the catch is made. And that will do it for our broadcast this afternoon. The Riverhawks get revenge, and will split the series with the Lady Wildcats here at Graham Sabota Field. So Riverhawks will win 3-0 for the Lady Wildcats. Their next game is tomorrow, where they travel into Warriors country and will play the #1 team in the section at Penn Trafford. Our next broadcast here on the Wildcats Network will be on Tuesday. We will be welcoming the varsity baseball team from Armstrong back into Graham Sabota Field. Starting pitch at 7 o'clock. Join Chris Bedek at 6:45 for our St. Vincent College pregame show. From our crew here on the Wildcats Network, Richard Hilwig on the controls for us this afternoon. I'm Tristan Borland signing off, wishing everybody a wonderful rest of your day.
Hi, I'm Chris Bedek, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Bedek is there. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Radio Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
change your future at Westmoreland County Community College. Earn your degree in robotics, nursing, cybersecurity, or in any of our 100+ programs. You can also plan your degree to transfer to more than 40 colleges and universities. Convenient, affordable, no fee to apply. Westmoreland County Community College is your perfect fit. For more details, check us out at westmoreland.edu/apply. That's westmoreland.edu/apply. And start your ambitious journey today.
The Wildcat Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.